Would you want to know where $16 million was just placed? Betting shares of this underlying, I'll share with you in a second, is going to go higher throughout the summer. And if it doesn't, they lose all of that 16 million in August. Interested? I'll tell you in a second. My name is Joshua Belanger of Countervest, and let's take a look here at that stock. So right here, we're talking about MasterCard, and we're looking at a weekly chart here. This is a weekly chart. And MasterCard has been a stock that, to be honest, I've since the financial crisis, that it would be one of those stocks that you would own. I wouldn't say forever stocks, but it's a stock that you would own. Now, it's a $369 stock, so it eats up a lot of capital. And if you owned shares, it would eat up a lot of capital owning it. But if you had to put money in and you had to put it into a stock, this was that stock that in 2007, 2008 that I said you should follow. Now, that's a long time ago. We're looking at this right now. So this was a stock that got sold off with the rest of the market here, but had bounced back and now is looking to rip higher. So if you look here, we had some resistance here at 366. Now, we're talking about technicals here. I don't want to get lost in the gibberish or what we're looking at here. We're just looking at simple supply and demand price action here. We did on the weekly time frame, which is important. You look on a weekly, which is going to eliminate a little bit of the noise. But if we moved it to a monthly, it would look a little bit different as well. But we'll just take a look here at the weekly. So you got a move higher, you got a snap back, and then now we're trying to retrace that move higher. Now, I'm going to show you the $16 million that was just placed. And this is the type of money that I like to follow in the options market. So we'll take a look here at the trade tab, and we'll close this right here. We'll go all the way into the August timeframe. So 136 days. This is important. Now, when we see this type of action, and the importance of following the invisible leverage or ghost leverage in the marketplace is through the option market. This is where people get leverage. This is where professionals who have a high conviction will place their big bets or look to reduce to use the leverage in replace of some of the profits that they may have to swap that out here. So this is what we're talking about here. Now, if you try to find this on your own, you wouldn't. That's why you're here, and this is why it's important to continue to subscribe to the videos, because I share this kind of content with you. But more importantly, this is the kind of stuff that is interesting to me and should be interesting to every market participant. Why? Because this is $16 million placed here, and this is at the $380 strike. So they paid around $20. I don't want to get exact price here. It was around $20 that they were paying, and this was opening transactions here. We know volume exceeding open interest, but I also can look on the transactional data, time and sales, and they traded mostly on the offer. It was buyer initiated. It is a buyer here. Now they're buying this 380. We add on for them to break even. We know by adding 380 to $20 that it has to go above $400. So could that happen? Now it's interesting play here because right now in the news we have this back and forth is, we have another surge coming with the virus, or are we going to see a reopening and people are flying and all this other stuff. And it's a lot of noise out there. But one of the things I want to take and focus on is eliminating the noise and following the money. And this is a perfect case of following the money. Why? Because MasterCard benefits no matter if it is whatever happens in the scheme of reopening, or closing back down or rolling shutdowns and so forth. Because what we saw here and a recent report with MasterCard is that people, the shift to digital has occurred a lot faster. Restaurants are taking payless transactions now. So we're seeing this big shift, and online spending surged as well. So MasterCard overall benefits, MasterCard, Visa, but right here we're seeing it in MasterCard. So I think overall, even if we see the reopening, I think people will go out and spend more money on leisure if that's the case. But also at the same time, again, people are using their plastic more and more and more. And this is the trend that we've been seeing. Good or bad, that doesn't matter if you're looking to trade. Right here's the trade. So what we're looking at for the next 136 days is that MasterCard, for this trade to benefit, this $16 million to make money, it has to go above $400 a share, 400. Now, they're not looking to make back their money. They're looking for this to go to 420, maybe 450. we'll see. Earnings are probably coming up in July. So they're going to be holding through earnings unless shares continue to rise, where they may roll that position. So I imagine that they're not going to hold this for 136 days. This is a position that they're going to probably look to have continuation higher and then roll that position from August. I probably have to say within 60 days of today's trade, 60, 70 days probably, we'll see this trade rolled forward. And what they would be looking to do is to lock up profits if it went in their direction and roll that forward. So that's what I have for you today. And until the next video, keep an eye on this one, and we'll talk soon.